this right here is contributing to liberals priming themselves up to also be on board with the inevitable purge that will come with Trump's mass deportations.
Latino men who, despite the utter disrespect shown by Trump and his promise to deport some of your mixed status families, most of them voted in a 55% majority to make the deportations happen. Y'all voted with Stephen Miller and David Duke and against your own sisters and chose Kamala, who...
Excuse me. David Duke endorsed Jill Stein. Excuse me. David Duke, Grand Wizard of the Ku Klux Klan, did not endorse Donald Trump. He endorsed Jill Stein. And Richard Spencer endorsed Kamala Harris. As far as I know, Donald Trump lost his primary endorser, the neo-Nazi Nicholas Fuentes. So his record is infallible. Probably because he didn't just get endorsements from Nazis, he directly hires them, but I don't know. Oh, everything is so insane, dude. How do you make an SNL sketch? How do you make an SNL sketch out of that? You can't. It's just like, it's real life.
Chose Kamala Harris with 60% of their votes. So you own everything that happens to your mixed status families and to your wives, sisters, and abuelas from here on in.
So this kind of sentiment is fucking nutty and gross. And I think that's what differentiates like liberals from leftists in many instances. So if you have this kind of tendency in your mind, you got to squash that real quick. You got to stamp that shit out. There is no place for that kind of attitude in this community. I'm just letting you know. I've never been the type of person that says, oh, like, the red states, like they deserve to get washed away by hurricanes or whatever. I've always been a firm and committed believer in universal health care. That means every single Trump Republican, that means even fucking Nazis get health care. Okay. And under the Trump administration, when the Latino family members of the people that voted for Donald Trump that are undocumented, if they get deported or if they're in the process of deportation, I will fight for them because I don't give a fuck about which party is doing the wrong thing. I care about the violence that people are subjected to, not who's doing it. Not only is vote scolding just universally abhorrent and people hate it and don't respond positively to it, deportation is a horrifying, inhumane, cruel punishment for the lightest version of a crime, okay? If someone is in here, in this country, and they've been living here, they have family members that are American citizens, they've been working a normal, honest job, day in, day out, trying to make living, terrified that if they get some federal scrutiny, they might actually be kicked out of this country, and you just go to their house, you find out where they are, and you go with jackbooted thugs of the state apparatus and you kick their door in and you chain them, and then you kick them out of this nation after they've spent a number of different years in here. You're a horrifying monster. It doesn't matter if Obama's doing it. It doesn't matter if Biden is doing it. It doesn't matter if Trump is doing it. And it would not have mattered if Kamala Harris was doing it. The violence itself is what matters. And I'm seeing stuff like this, and I'm kind of scared of the future when I see stuff like this here.
Latinos for Trump, it is time to embrace the consequences of your actions. I've always been a firm believer of fighting fire with fire. If somebody goes low, I'll go lower. Now, with that being said, I know for a fact that most Latinos for Trump have undocumented family members, whether that be...
Like, how the f*** are you Latino? Because this dude is Latino, by the way. He's a Latino Democrat. How the f*** do you have such wanton disregard for like random people who didn't do anything? They're going to get deported anyway. Why not make them the first? What the fuck are you guys saying, dude? You're going to be the first to be like, nah, I'm taking over. I'm helping the Nazi party. That's f***ing insane.
Their parents, siblings, aunts, uncles, etc. So if you know of a Latino who voted for Trump, I urge you to call this number and report said family members. It's time that these Latinos for Trump get a taste of their own medicine and a taste of poetic justice. Now, I know what you may be thinking, Angel, this is extreme. And I agree. But extreme problems call for extreme solutions. And unfortunately, many innocent...
Like, I genuinely cannot understand how fucking libbed up someone can be. That, like, to me, this just says like, oh, you just wanted your party to win. That's it. you did not care about Trump's deportations. Like, you didn't care about Trump's deportations at all. You just wanted your party to win, and you would be perfectly comfortable if your party that won was doing the deportations, because your party is still in power. Okay? So you want Biden's ICE to deport the family members of those who voted for Donald Trump? That is psychotic.
Innocent people are going to be affected by this, but you can't be that innocent if you raised a Latino for Trump. And before all of the Latinos for Trump come at me all angry, this is what you wanted. This is what you voted for. You should be happy. Let me see that smile. But there you have it, guys. Once again, there is that number. You know what to do. It's time that these Latinos for Trump learn the hard way. But anyways, let me know what you guys think. Latinos for Trump.
377,000 likes. I was not expecting this type of pettiness, but I love it. I'm in Spain and my professors can't stop talking about how scared and disappointed they are. The world isn't just laughing, they're anxious and concerned. This is Curtis 50 Cent Jackson level pettiness. I love it. This is not only dystopian, it's terrifying, dude. This to me spells trouble. That it's not, you're not going to see a rise of resistance liberals this time around. The resistance liberals are just going to become Republican. Like, they're just going to become more and more reactionary. Why didn't you just vote for Trump then? Like, this is what I don't understand. Why didn't you just vote for Trump? Why? Like, how is this any different? You're on board with the mass deportations because, like, you're advocating to do mass deportations. You've looped around and become the Latino for Trump by doing this. I said, this has 54,000 likes. What the fuck is wrong with y'all? How are you any different than the same people you claim to hate for even entertaining this nonsense? Deportation is inhumane, no matter if it's happening to the relatives of a Dem or Republican, scratch a liberal. My God. This is why I think you're wrong about liberals going back to protesting against Trump. By the way, I hope I'm wrong, but I just don't see that happening. Many are fully embracing Trumpism because they view it as a way to punish minorities for the Harris loss, knowing they'll be fine. The blue voters in my red county have all been talking like this. It scares me and confuses me so bad. A lot of fuck you, you're on your own going on out here right now. Yeah, this is a time where people are supposed to fucking help one another, not actively participate in the Trump deportations. It fucking blows my mind, dude. This is legitimately no different than watching all of the fucking suburban, all of the fucking blue voters, the Democratic Party voters, becoming little Adolf Hitlers themselves. And all it took was for them to lose a fucking election. This kind of cruelty transcends party lines. What a deeply selfish country we are. What a deeply selfish nation we are.